Are you ready to dive into a classic TV series set in San Francisco? This thrilling show from the 1970s takes you through the lively streets of the city by the bay. It's packed with exciting stories and interesting characters, making it a must-watch for fans of crime dramas. Do you have a special memory connected to this series? Maybe it's the fun of watching it with your family or the excitement of seeing your favorite character crack a tough case. Share your stories with us. Plus, there are fascinating facts and stories about the show waiting to be discovered. From behind-the-scenes tales to trivia about the cast and crew, there's a lot to uncover. So, get ready for an adventure through the heart of San Francisco with this thrilling series. Republic Pictures Home Video released 5 VHS videos featuring 8 different episodes of the streets of San Francisco. These episodes offer a refreshing escape from the clutter of modern television, free from distracting advertisements and logos. Despite its 5-season run, the streets of San Francisco never received the acclaim it deserved, lacking the fanfare of other shows of its time. Michael Douglas's departure from the series was a loss, as his performances were among his finest. It's a hope among fans that he might return for a sequel later in his career, perhaps taking on a senior detective role akin to Karl Malden's original character. The series boasted tight scripts, compelling plots, and engaging characters, though occasionally resorting to stereotypes. Notably progressive for its time, it handled gay themes with surprising sensitivity, as seen in episodes like Harem. One standout release is the 2-hour special Thrill Killers, featuring Patty Duke Aston in a gripping narrative reminiscent of headline stories of the era. However, Dead Air falls short, with unrealistic studio scenes and a predictable plot. Regrettably, none of the releases include episodes directed by Richard Donner, nor the acclaimed Mask of Death featuring John Davidson's exceptional performance as a female impersonator. Perhaps future DVD releases will rectify these omissions, offering fans a more comprehensive collection of this iconic series. After the streets of San Francisco, Michael Douglas swiftly transitioned to filming The War of the Roses. Interestingly, he was billed as MK. Douglas only once, during an episode of CBS Playhouse. As for Karl Malden, despite financial challenges, he secured a scholarship at the Goodman Theater by impressing the staff during his first semester. It's a testament to his determination and talent. In a chance encounter, Dick Van Patten crossed paths with a young actress, Diana Hyland, during their work on a daytime serial. Nearly 2 decades later, they reunited on A Dreamedy, where Hyland portrayed Van Patten's inaugural TV spouse. Tragically, her tenure was brief, as she unexpectedly departed during the inaugural season after participating in only 4 episodes. Meanwhile, Karl Malden, whose acting journey commenced on the theater stage, hailed from a Serbian immigrant family in Gary, Indiana, where his father toiled as a milkman. His roots grounded him in the Serbian enclave of his upbringing, shaping the man who would become a staple of television screens. And a fascinating tale. A young Dick Van Patten landed a role in a play despite not being able to read at just 7 years old. Directed mysteriously in an empty theater, Van Patten outshone competitors Roddy McDowall and Marlon Brando for the part of Melvin Douglas' son. Sponsored by Ford Motor Company, a TV show prominently featured their new cars, including the 1971 Ford Galaxy 4-door sedan used by the main characters. The show's early episodes showed police cars all made by Ford. Philip Pine, known for his roles in famous science fiction shows like The Twilight Zone and The Outer Limits, played characters who were replaced by shape-shifting versions. This added an interesting twist to Pine's appearances in these popular shows. The TV show wasn't just about solving crimes. It also gave insight into the industry and shared interesting stories about the people involved, both on and off camera. Dick Van Patten, known for his role in the series, attended the professional children's school in New York City, New York. Meanwhile, the young version of Hank Pym in Avengers Endgame drew inspiration from Michael Douglas' appearance during his time on the show. The scene replicating Douglas running down a hallway closely mirrored shots from streets of San Francisco down to the length of his hair and the coat he wore. Karl Malden, another key figure in the series, moved to Gary, Indiana at the age of 5. He graduated from Emerson High School in 1931, actively participating in the drama department and serving as the senior class president. Malden's high school roles included playing Pooh Bah in The Mikado. These personal and cinematic details offer a glimpse into the backgrounds of the individuals associated with the show, shedding light on their early lives and contributions to the series. In the entertainment industry, many individuals have left lasting marks through their contributions. One notable example is an actor who earned recognition with 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. His achievements in both motion pictures and television were commemorated with stars placed in prominent locations in Hollywood, California. Another figure celebrated for his accomplishments had a significant building named after him in Los Angeles. This honor was bestowed upon him thanks to the efforts of a U.S. congressman. The building's renaming ceremony took place on a memorable day, signifying the respect and admiration he garnered throughout his career. Following the success of producing a famous movie, a well-known actor decided to depart from a particular series. His absence from the show season was cleverly explained within the storyline, drawing parallels to a scene from a popular film where a character similarly transitions into a different profession after facing challenges in their line of work. A notable aspect of the series is Karl Malden's friendship with Brad Dexter, known for his role in The Magnificent Seven. Both actors shared Serbian descent. Interestingly, Malden earned his 2 Academy Award nominations for films featuring Marlon Brando. Additionally, Dick Van Patten's passing occurred close to the deaths of Ann Mira and Betsy Palmer, with whom he had guest starred on a 1983 episode of The Love Boat. These connections highlight the intertwining relationships within the entertainment industry during that era. Inducted into the New Jersey Hall of Fame for his work in arts and entertainment, this actor has had an impressive career spanning 7 decades. He's been a consistent top earner in the film industry, ranking in the top 10 poll of money-making stars multiple times, even reaching the 2nd position in 1987. Interestingly, despite his long and successful career, his father never achieved the same level of financial success in the industry. As of recent times, he stands among a select few in history to win Academy Awards for both Best Picture and Best Actor, joining the ranks of George Clooney and Sir Laurence Olivier. Another notable achiever of this feat is Frances McDormand. Over its 5-season run, only Karl Malden graced every episode of the series. Barry Sullivan, born on August 29, shares his birthday with the fictional Judgment Day in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. He also led in a show titled Judgment Day. Michael Douglas, born in New Brunswick, New Jersey, arrived prematurely while his parents visited his aunt, married to a Johnson and Johnson founder. His parents had a small apartment in Greenwich Village near the company's headquarters. Karl Malden and Michael Douglas developed a strong professional and personal relationship during their time on the show. 2 decades later, they reunited at the 1996 People's Choice Awards, where Malden affectionately referred to Douglas as the son I never had. Douglas reciprocated the sentiment, calling Malden my mentor. Both actors expressed their enjoyment of working together. Barry Sullivan's daughter, Patsy Sullivan, found success as a model at a young age. Married to songwriter Jimmy Webb, they had 6 children together, later adopting another child, making Barry Sullivan a grandfather of 7. 2 of Patsy's sons formed the rock band the Webb Brothers, joined later by 2 more siblings. Norman Alden, known for his role as Lou the Mechanic, portrayed his character so convincingly in AC Delco commercials that people would approach him with their car troubles. Michael Douglas, one of the key figures in the series, revealed in an interview with Photoplay magazine that upon his departure in 1976, he anticipated a dramatic exit, envisioning a poignant demise for his character. Contrary to his expectations, the writers opted for a different path, allowing his character to exit gracefully to pursue a teaching role. On a different note, Dick Van Patten, another integral part of the show, shared an interesting connection with his sons. All 3 of Van Patten's sons shared a common bond with their childhood friend and neighbor none other than Michael Jackson through their shared passion for basketball. In an intriguing twist of fate, Van Patten's path crossed with an unfamiliar actor, Willie Oms, during the filming of To Catch a Thief in 1971. This encounter led to a lasting friendship spanning almost 45 years. Oms eventually took on the role of Tommy Bradford, replacing Chris English in 8 is Enough. The friendship endured until Van Patten's passing in 2015. These behind-the-scenes connections and anecdotes shed light on the personal dynamics and unexpected turns within the ensemble cast, adding depth to the narrative. In the world of entertainment, there have been fascinating connections between celebrities and the shows they watch. Take, for instance, a Tony Award-winning actor who left his mark on both Broadway and the silver screen in the 1950s. He gained fame for his role in a stage play, later reprising it for a movie adaptation. Meanwhile, across the pond, a television crime drama debuted in the UK in the early 1970s. This show, known for its gripping narrative set in the streets of San Francisco, captured international attention. Interestingly, another notable figure, a legendary musician, reportedly avoided watching this particular TV series. The reason? A character in the show shared the same name as the man with whom the musician's wife had been involved. This personal connection added an intriguing layer to the show's impact on its audience. With its captivating storyline and unexpected ties to real-life drama, the television series became a significant presence in the world of crime dramas. Karl Malden, famous for his roles in movies like A Streetcar Named Desire and Patton, played a big part in the history of cinema. The Library of Congress even chose 5 of his films to preserve. One day, Malden saw Dick York in a hallway and thought he'd be great for a role in Tea and Sympathy. Turns out, Malden had a good eye for talent, and it worked out well. Darleen Carr and Dwayne Chase share an interesting connection. They were both born on the same day. This adds a cool twist to Carr's career, showing how things are connected in Hollywood. These stories give us a peek into the lives of the actors from the streets of San Francisco, making the series even more interesting. In the 1970s, Michael Douglas found companionship with actress Brenda Vaccaro, forged during their collaboration on Summertree. They shared a residence for several years, marking a personal connection that extended beyond the screen. Meanwhile, Dick Van Patten earned an unusual title, becoming the honorary mayor of Sherman Oaks, California, USA, in 2001. His involvement in the local community reflected a commitment that transcended his on-screen roles. Karl Malden, known for his role in the streets of San Francisco, had a different chapter in his life before the show. Serving as a non-commissioned officer in the United States Air Force, Malden's early years shaped a man who later became a familiar face on television. These personal details offer glimpses into the lives of the individuals who contributed to the series, shedding light on their diverse experiences beyond the confines of the streets of San Francisco. In the world of television, there are often fascinating stories behind the actors we see on screen. Take, for instance, a couple of the stars from a popular show set in San Francisco. One actor, John Carr, had a family deeply involved in showbiz. His parents, and even his grandfather, were all part of the entertainment world. Another actor, Karl Malden, was not just known for his TV work. He also had a keen eye for movies, as shown when he was a judge at a film festival in Berlin back in 1963. Beyond his professional life, Malden's personal story was remarkable too. He and his wife were married for an incredibly long time, a rarity in Hollywood. Their love story spanned over 70 years until Malden's passing in 29. These details give us a glimpse into the rich backgrounds and personal lives of the actors who helped make the streets of San Francisco a success. Karl Malden shared the screen with Richard Widmark in 5 films, including Kiss of Death and How the West Was Won. Barry Sullivan, standing at 6'3", found it challenging to act opposite the shorter Alan Ladd in The Great Gatsby, with Ladd needing a crate and Sullivan a hole for their scenes together. Michael Douglas, at age 20, earned the title of Mobile Man of the Month while working at a gas station. These anecdotes offer insight into the careers of the actors from the streets of San Francisco. The streets of San Francisco featured notable actors with interesting backgrounds. For instance, Norman Alden, who appeared in the series, is the uncle of automotive writer and talk show host Ed Wallace. Darleen Carr, another cast member, is the daughter of actress Rita Ullman and composer Brian Farnan. Additionally, Dick Van Patten, known for his role in the series, founded Natural Balance Dog and Cat Food. These connections add depth to the cast backgrounds, showcasing their diverse talents and interests. It's fascinating to see how these individuals from various walks of life came together to create a memorable television series. Karl Malden, a top graduate from Gary, Indiana, left briefly for Arkansas after high school, aiming for a college athletics scholarship. However, his refusal to play football led to rejection. Unsuccessful in Arkansas, he returned to his hometown. Later in life, Malden served as the president of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences from 1989 to 1992. The series had its start with a pilot movie titled the same, a week ahead of the series debut. Edward Hume, credited for developing the series based on characters in Weston's novel, wrote the teleplay for the pilot.